Okay. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Hi, everyone. My name's Aubri. Welcome to the first ever Hood Girls podcast.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Crazy side quest. This is, it was not in the plans whatsoever, but I think all the right doors opened for this to happen. And yeah, I do these things called Hood Girls Highlights, where I just reach out to women, local women on Mount Hood, and ask them a series of questions about themselves and like what they do, what's important to them. And I reached out recently to Aubri and Kira, and as we kind of like were going through it, I just realized like all the questions were so good and we could definitely go deeper into them, and I knew their answers were going to be really awesome, so made a little joke. I was like, we should do a podcast. And then everything going on in my personal life, I just needed an outlet and needed something to do and like put my time and effort into, and I think there's a lot of amazing women up here that have a lot to say, and their stories are so cool, and I think that they should be heard. I think it's really impactful to hear people's personal experiences, because we all have snowboarding in common, but everyone has a life and everyone has their own story, and there's bits and pieces that we can learn from them.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
We're so honored to be the first guests.
So honored, so excited.
Brief little intro. I kind of said your guys' names, but this is Aubri, this is Kira. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and kind of give a little background of what you're doing here, how you guys met?
Love to. My name is Aubriana. I grew up snowboarding, started around 5, 6-ish, not exactly sure. But yeah, grew up snowboarding and went to college, snowboarding too. I was also juggling soccer at the time, and honestly, through that time, I realized my passion for snowboarding is a lot bigger. And then after college, I was like, I want to keep chasing the mountains. So came up to Mount Hood after college, and yeah, the rest has been history, but I've been loving it up here.
I'm Kira. I grew up in Denver, Colorado. Kind of same thing. Started skiing and then eventually snowboarding from as long as I can remember, and kind of grew up balancing snowboarding and sports just like Aubri, and kind of had periods in my life where I wasn't snowboarding as much, but going into college it was my 100% passion. Met Aubri, found out she was just as passionate, got super close with her, and then wanted to continue in a new place after college, and came out here, and been loving it ever since.
Yeah. And you guys have been friends for like 7 years now, almost a decade, which is like such an old thing. Almost a decade.
We need
Friendship
to
flex.
celebrate once it hits a decade.
We actually do.
Yeah.
Now it's like thinking back to it, we're just like all calculating. I'm like, oh my gosh, it has been that long. Like, it's insane.
7 years is crazy.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you guys have seen each other in so many different stages. In one of our past tries to record, we talked about just like how you guys started off with friends to how you are now.
Well, what I said is I feel like, we met in college. We might have been bad influences on each other in certain ways. But yeah, no regrets. It was college. We were having a fantastic time. And, maybe participating in unhealthy habits as college kids do. But now I feel like we've done a total 180 where we kind of support each other in our healthy habits and encourage each other to be healthy. And our relationship has always been healthy, but now I feel like somehow it's even healthier. And so, it's been kind of fun to grow and mature together.
Yes, I agree. It's definitely got a lot healthier in some crazy ways. But I also have to say that I feel like our shift of snowboarding in general has changed. So as like at the very beginning, that's kind of like all we really surrounded our, like what we would do together was just like snowboarding. Like that's what we loved. That's what we did 24/7 together. Don't be wrong. Don't regret it at all. Mm-hmm. But like now, 7 years later, it's like snowboarding is great. That's what our passion is. But like that's not us anymore. Like that's just like a component of our friendship that we just share. But now like our relationship is so much deeper, and we have like this actual true sisterhood basically between the two of us.
What do you guys feel like? I mean, 7 years is a long time. I know I think about my friendships that I've had with people for a long time, and just like going through different trials and like communication, and especially like starting off being friends at a young age. I feel like you just don't have as much maturity or life experience, so you may not handle everything how you want to handle it. Did you guys ever have like a moment in your friendship where you were like, I don't know about this girl?
No.
Literally never.
Like confidently? No. We've never, very blessed. Like, granted, we're very honest people with each other. I think that's like a huge part of our friendship is like we're very honest with each other. Like if one's doing something wrong, we're gonna tell them. We're gonna tell them the nice way, but we're gonna tell them. You know, we're gonna be told, not sugarcoat anything for each other.
I mean, I feel like that's gotten us to avoid a lot of conflict because we're just so open with each other, so honest, and conversely, because both of us are so honest, when the other person is honest to us, we don't get defensive. We don't put our guards up. We're just like, you right.
Yeah. Trusting that person is coming from a genuine place versus like an accusatory place. Or
Exactly.
How did we meet?
Well, I feel like there's a few different answers that it could be.
Yeah.
It could be on the mountain, which I feel like
It's part of it.
Part of it, yeah. And then also River House. And actually being able to connect and have a deeper conversation that you can't necessarily have on the tow rope at Ski Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like ever since I moved to Oregon, you've been there. I know that I didn't know you when I moved here, but it feels like it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like that's a sign of true friendship where like you can't even really put your finger on how you met someone. You just know that they've always been around.
Yeah.
And like a genuine friend too. It's not like you had like an awkward like weird feeling about them or anything. But I agree. I feel like we were introduced possibly via Barb. Barb's the one to shout out probably right now.
It was definitely Barb, regardless of time or place. It was Barb.
Yeah.
That's River House. Definitely the place that we connected and like actually
connected
like,
more. Yeah.
Actually had a conversation of like, oh, so you're from like here, there, you know.
Yeah. Well, a funny story about that night, because everyone was hanging out and then we were playing Uno. And I thought it was really funny because you brought over this drink that it was like the cheapest drink you could buy at Thriftway. And it was like a drink I haven't seen in like ages. Do you remember what it was? It was
some like
it was foul.
Were we sharing it?
I think so.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It was like a tall boy or something.
Yes.
And it was like some beer and God, what? I remember us getting shit about it. Like everyone there was like, "You're drinking those? Like what? That's high school stuff."
Yeah, and
it was the lemonade things, wasn't it? No, I honestly don't remember exactly what drink it was.
Because I specifically remember once you said we were getting shit about it, I was just like, I thought this was just a steal at Thriftway. Like I didn't realize there was a stigma, but
yeah, that was funny. I just remember like these girls are so funny.
I don't remember what
a little bit of our college girls creeping in.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Something cheap and looks good, we'll take that.
Yep.
But yeah, I did want to say about meeting you once we were out here. I didn't even think about this till tonight, but when we were talking about moving out here, we were like sending each other hood girls and being like, look, like there's this whole like page like dedicated to the girls out in Hood River at Mount Hood, and like we should either reach out to like the owner of this account, like who knows who that is, or like at least like message in the comments like, hey, like we're moving out here, like would love to connect. And then we just like so naturally met you.
Yeah.
It wasn't even through like an Instagram DM or anything, but then it was just crazy. Like, I think it was after a few times of hanging out that you or someone like told me that you were behind the account. And so it was just like a full circle moment, because I remember us talking about that account and being like, look at this community. This is going to be insane. Like, look at all these women supporting women, and look how many friendships we can make. And then we just met you, and it was full circle.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's so awesome. That makes my heart happy, because I feel like that is the whole mission and the whole purpose behind it, is to like create friendship on and off hill. And for it to happen like organically like that, like it's like the butterfly effect. Like it's so crazy. It gives me chills. I'm like thinking about like if that didn't happen, like we would not be sitting here right now. And yeah, absolutely. I'm grateful for you guys. Yeah.
It's amazing how the world works.
Everything's meant to be. Did we talk about like how your guys' friendship has changed over 7 years?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
we can bring it up later, but we could also bring it up now.
Let's just do it now.
Okay.
Let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Totally. So yeah, I think that our relationship has definitely changed, because I feel like we met in college and we might have had some, unhealthy habits that we were, influencing each other.
They were fun.
Super fun. Zero regrets, like without a doubt, best times of my life. But, we were doing the unhealthy college stuff. And so it's...
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay,
Sorry, don't
good.
interrupt. Keep going.
And so to go from that to where we are now is like a full 180. And now I feel like we are supporting each other and encouraging each other in healthy habits. And our friendship has always been healthy, regardless of all of the maybe unhealthy things we were doing. But now it's just, our friendship is still just as healthy, if not more, but we're encouraging each other, to grow and to mature and to be healthy.
Yeah. I agree. Just in the sake of like our snowboarding's obviously always been very much part of our lives, even in college. But I feel like in college, that's always really prioritized was like snowboarding, and that's what, like our friendship was built around. But like now looking like 7 years down the line, it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, me and her love to be snow buddies and go up together all the time. But that's just a part of like who we are. That's not who we are. Like that's not what we prioritize 24/7 on. And I don't know, just like now though, like I see her more as like a true sister rather than just like a friend I went snowboarding with. We have like this huge relationship that has built to amazing things that we can count on each other for good times, bad times, doesn't matter. And then regardless of snowboarding, I know like even if snowboarding wasn't part of our lives for some forbidden reason, we would still have the friendship we have. Which is so sick.
Exactly. Yeah. It started around snowboarding and now it's 1,000 million times deeper than that.
Yeah. That's so special. I have been feeling that a lot recently with everything going on and like not having the accessibility to ride. And of course, like with added on other things, being kind of forced to be in a vulnerable position and reach out more and, not be as independent as I try to be. Like now I'm like so confident in the girls that I was friends with, but now it's like a deeper level of friendship because that open door of vulnerability is there, and like people have just shown up in ways that I'm so grateful for, and I know that that will last, like no matter if we're snowboarding or not, or no matter if we live close or not, and that's so awesome to have.
Snowboarding brings you together, but it's just the start of it. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like a huge part of relationships and female relationships is being vulnerable and open and admitting when you need help. And I just feel like a lot of times in this community of super badass, independent, capable women, it's kind of hard to open up that like vulnerable or like soft part of yourself. But I think it's all the even more badass to be independent, to try hard things, to be athletic, but then to also be willing and able to open up to friends about positive things and negative, about fun things, about challenging things. Just being super open with your friends. I feel like that's just as badass as, you know, doing what we all do on the mountain.
Oh, 100%. I really don't think if I wasn't going through with what I'm going through, I don't think I would have been, you know, put in a position to have to be vulnerable. But there's been nights where I'm like calling friends, you know, that live close, but I necessarily wasn't like super close with or have reached that level of deepness with, but put in that position to like call and be like, can you come stay with me? Like, I'm, you know, just super emotional, and like the amount of shoulders like I've cried on and talked to and just like reached out to is like, I know I will forever be grateful for that. And when I look back at this time in my life, there's definitely things I'll stand on and be so confident about. And one of those things is that like my friendships and like the girls up here, like you guys, I will like always look back at this time and be like, yep, like that was the silver lining. And that is like, I gained so many deep, real friendships from hard times. And that's so special. And not necessarily saying you have to like go through a hard time to reach that level of deepness. A lot of times it like comes with time and, you know, bonding, like fun experiences, you know, or like a road trip, like stuff like that. But for me right now, that's real and that's just what it is. And I'm grateful for it, honestly.
Exactly.
You need amazing humans in your life to be amazing yourself. And I'm so happy we're even blessed to know you are. You're an amazing human.
Me too.
And I know we have our friendship, but you're right up there, girlfriend.
You guys are too. It's crazy. Okay. Alrighty. The question of the night. What makes riding with women or female friends different than riding with anyone else or riding by yourself?
Well, I just feel like riding with women, you're just feel a lot more comfortable, and just in general, women do have this mental block in general when it comes to new tricks or something like that, whereas men seem to be just able to jump right into it, which is awesome. I really support men for being able to do that, but women are just like biologically not.
We built different.
We built literally different. So like just having that person next to you that understands those mental barriers that you have to overcome before trying a new trick, and having someone that's like supportive of like, even if sometimes you don't want to try it, but they're able to give you like confident like cues or like tips or for whatever you're trying to do something new is amazing. Just to have that person that like is on the same mental stage as you.
Yeah, definitely. And like we biologically built different. Whether like I just want to hone in on that because I don't want it to be like, oh my gosh, like men have it like so easy. But seriously, whether you have kids or not, like our brains are like wired to be protective and to not be risk averse. And I think it's sometimes I wish that our brains weren't wired like that, but then on the flip side, I'm so glad that they are, because it opens an opportunity to be supportive and be encouraging and push each other to the best that we can do and the best we can perform. And so I just think, that level of bonding and understanding is so special. And yeah, I mean, no one can yap on the chairlift like women can yap.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll talk about like the deep. We have a 2-minute ride up, and we'll get so deep in that 2 minutes, or we'll talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need that. I feel like that's kind of like one of our things that every time we write up together, like that's what we kind of love writing up together, is because we just get to yap the whole time, say what's going on in our lives, let out anything that needs steam, whatever.
Yeah.
And then get ready together. You know, we take forever to get ready together. And that's what men don't understand. It's like, we like to take our time, okay? But that's what I do love, because like, yeah, we're able to yap and get it all out. And then like the snowboarding is just the fun part of it, you know?
Yeah. And riding with the guys is like so fun too.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're not trying to like say that that's not. I think that we're just trying to highlight the difference in it. Like, I know for me, when I ride with my guy friends, like I do feel hyped up, and like I do feel like this another level of like sendy of like having to keep up, or just like you know, encouraged in different ways. But I think with riding with other women or like-minded women, you just like get this like sense. I don't know, it's a women's sixth sense of like, oh, I'm scared of that thing too, and it seems silly, but I totally get you on there, you know, like I'm scared to hop on that feature too.
Just being able to also just like talk it out with
talk
them,
it out, yeah.
Because yeah, it might be scary, but like the other person's definitely gonna be encouraging you to do it. Whereas like I feel like women are better about encouraging, as in like kind of hyping you up, whereas dudes are pretty fast, like just hit it. Why don't you just hit it? And it's like, I don't know, but either way, I agree. Not knocking on dudes, like they're awesome, they're amazing, but at the same time, it's just nice to know that like someone's on your same mindset of like understanding like behind the tricks of like, this is why I'm having such a struggle with trying this new thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not only the stress of trying something new or going outside of your comfort zone with a new trick or whatever, but also the added pressure of the fact that there's a lot more guys out here than there are us, and it's nice to have that camaraderie of like, okay, I'm not alone, like we got this. And yeah, I don't know, not that being with a group of guys makes you alone, but it's just different.
It's just different. Like when you have to pop a squat and there's another girl that has to pop a squat, it's like, okay,
exactly,
we know
got
the
this.
vibe.
We'll find a spot.
We'll find a spot. Yeah. Well, and you guys mentioned earlier where like your local resorts, there weren't a lot of girls on hill.
Yeah, honestly, whenever we first started like our freshman year of college, riding together, we literally were basically the only girls in the park. And I'm not saying this like trying to hype us up, but like we would literally search around like, where are the girlies at? But like unless they were literally visiting from out of town, because we did meet some awesome girls over there, but unless they were kind of visiting from out of town or something like that, there wasn't many girls to bond with over there.
Yeah, and moving here was just like a total 180, and I don't know, like almost not having as many girls around like pushed Aubri and I closer and closer together. We were a unit, we were a duo, we were always together, and I wouldn't trade that for the world, but like thank goodness we had each other. And so it's just so amazing to come to a place where there's women everywhere, everyone's supportive, everyone's super open to chatting, and just right off the rip being girly pop BFFs.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been just a total different experience. And I'm so glad that we came into it together. We've seen both kind of environments, and now it's just amazing that we have met so many women already and more to come, but and it's just been so natural. And so yeah, it's been really exciting, because for a while there we were like, is it just gonna be us?
Yeah.
Us against the world, to now us and all the hood girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, there's so many like girls to, you know, not like we're items to like pick and choose from, but like in a way pick and choose from. Like it's such a blessing to have so many different people to like vibe with and, you know, go to for different reasons, or connect with or not connect with. Obviously you're not gonna like be like, you're not gonna connect with everyone, but it's more likely that you'll find someone to connect with when there's more options.
Absolutely.
what helps you guys keep it fun when riding starts to feel heavy or performative, especially with like social media these days?
I feel like, I don't know, I've grown to learn and like think about the fact that what's way more important than getting the trick that I've been working on or getting that perfect clip is just being up there with my best friend, with my girls in this beautiful place, and the fact that we're doing what we love. Just like taking moments of gratitude, like, wow, look how amazing this view is. We are above the clouds right now. And look at us. We're strapped onto snowboards and we're just gliding down the mountain. Like,
yeah.
Just having those moments of, wow, we are so lucky to just be here. And that's first and foremost the most important thing. And any pressure, any goals that we have beyond that takes a back seat. It's still, important to be motivated and try new things and push yourself. But at the end of the day, if you're having an off day or even if you're having a great day, like adding on to that great day is the fact that like, look how lucky we are and look how much fun we're having just being here.
Yeah.
I totally agree with all that she said. Like, it's just a blessing to be up there in general, and that's what you really have to go back to whenever you are in the falls. But at the same time, on top of that, I feel like we are very open with each other too about whenever we are having a hard time. Like, we might not like say straight up like I'm having a terrible time. It might just be through like, I don't know, just like their actions and like just like how like their body language looks. And like luckily like, we've known each other for so long that we're kind of able to read those body languages and stuff. But overall, it's just really gotta listen to your body. Like, you don't want to push yourself too much where you potentially can hurt yourself too much, So just having that communication, taking a fun lap if needed, coming back to the trick the next day, maybe later on, but just communicating with yourself and the person that you're with, like just to make sure that overall your safety is good, because like that's what's most important, is be able to move the next day.
Yeah, I love that. I think the theme in like both of those things that you guys said is like there's more to it, like gratitude, like being up on the mountain in general, regardless of what you're doing, regardless if you're getting the clip, regardless of if you're succeeding, like whatever trick you want to do, like saving your body because you're listening to it. Like, there's more to life than just getting the clip or feeling the high of like getting a trick. It's like ultimately when you strip it all down and you come to that moment of gratitude of like, I'm outside right now, like I could get a season pass this year. Like, I'm so lucky I'm on snow right now in general. Like, I'm lucky to have like the setup I have. Like, I'm lucky to have a car, someone I know have a car to drive up to the mountain. Like, just puts a whole different perspective on it.
Absolutely. Anytime we're up there, it's a good day, even if that's pouring snow, rain, whatever it is up here. You're at the mountain, it's a better day than not on the mountain.
Yeah, it's so easy to get spoiled up here too. Especially with like the spring riding, it's so sunny, it's so nice. And I like what you said earlier in one of our previous recordings, like you guys went up on a rainy day and, Kira's like, at least we're up here,
It's better than being anywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a very privileged and lucky position to be in, to be, it's raining, or, I can't get this trick.
Yeah.
It's like,
such a privilege.
Don't get me wrong. Totally understand, been there a million times, but it's also like, how lucky are we to just even be up here?
Okay, what's a shared ritual you guys have when you ride together?
We don't have anything like set like ritual, I guess you could say, but on our college days, now we live in separate areas, unfortunately, but college days, every time we would ride up together, we'd stop by Starbucks and get a lovely chai latte, whatever it was. Kira would order it. I have no idea what it was, but it was delicious.
That influence, like I was talking about in the college days.
But You want to tell her the other ritual?
Well, again, another
listen.
positive ritual is, the yapping in the car, the taking forever to get ready, the yapping on the chairlift. But another thing is our bodies are so in sync, and whenever I have to do something, she has to do, and vice versa, and that includes our bladders. And so a big ritual of ours is I have to pee. Oh, perfect, because guess what? I have to pee as well. And we love just riding into the trees, finding a good spot, and just taking a squat together.
Taking a squat. And sometimes down a cliff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you have to tell that story.
So it was our last day at Purgatory, our last hurrah before Kira's going to move up to here, actually. And it's our last day, and we went into the woods to pop a squat for about, I don't know, we peed pretty close to each other. Let's say 5 yards, all right? And all I hear is this little scream and some branches. And some branches call. And I look down, and she's literally fell off this cliff about 10 feet up. And she just pops up right away. She's like, I'm good. But it was just hilarious because she was literally popping a squat and then leaned back too far. I don't know exactly what happened and went down this cliff, but it was literally the best highlight to send her off. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was grateful to not have any broken bones, to be okay. But yeah, that was quite a send-off from our college mountain. It
Literally
was like the
send-off.
last run too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It was a great send-off.
You would be the one to like fall off the cliff and be like, I'm okay.
Literally nothing's broken. Please throw me my snowboard.
It's like, how am I gonna get up? There's no way.
Oh my
Here's your
gosh.
board, man. Meet you at the bottom.
But again, just like everything
It's
else
hilarious.
with college, wouldn't change a thing. I love that was our last memory.
Yeah.
Last hurrah. It was actually hilarious.
Yeah.
So good.
What was your guys' first memory out here?
I mean, there's like a lot of like activities we did whenever I first moved here. Like we would go get like foods, different spots, and
Yeah.
thrifting, and
When you visited,
oh yeah, that's where I visited.
wasn't there one day that I think we went to Meadows and it was so windy that we couldn't like walk?
Literally getting blown away. It's our first time. We're like, what?
But again, like back to like the positive energy. It's just like, let's go get a drink at the, like, what else are we gonna, you know?
Yeah, we're already up here.
We made the most of it, and it ended up being a fantastic time. And with snowboarding, with the mountains, with weather,
Yeah.
like you can never control it. So might as well have a great time. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we're not used to, because in Colorado we would have a crazy stormy day, but then the next day would be a bluebird. Whereas here it's like you don't necessarily get bluebirds very often here. But I'm trying to think of like a core memory. The only like core memory I can kind of think of is like she, this is actually bad, but she almost like died in. Like it was snowing so hard at Meadows, and it was a beautiful powder day, and we were cruising in the trees, and we were having a great time. But I got down to the bottom, and she wasn't there, and she wasn't there for another 10 minutes, and then she wasn't there for 15 minutes, and I was like almost 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, there's something wrong. And luckily she came down. But you want to tell what happened?
it was my first and only, knock on wood, only experience with a tree well. I went face deep, had to dig myself out.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Terrifying. I literally made
And-
my heart drop whenever she, like, I was so scared I was gonna have to go find her. It was terrifying.
But yeah, thank God Aubrey was there, because yeah, she was 2 seconds away from calling ski patrol, and yeah, luckily I got myself out. But yeah, that was a scary moment.
But a good memory on her behalf is whenever what's that one movie that you were obsessed with tall, what's his name, Lordy
Oh, Saltburn.
And I don't know if you remember like the theme song that everyone was doing like TikToks to, but I just remember
Murder on the dance floor.
And it was
that's good.
an awesome day at Meadows, and it was pouring. There again, great day. And she was like, I need to get this on a record. And I was like, I got you, girl. And she was, I was recording her with the music in my hand, and she could just see her in the distance, like, dancing along, just going with the flow, like, dancing to the Murder the Dance floor. And honestly, I kind of think about that sometimes, like, just a good little, like little chuckle, good time. Good time.
That is so funny. Talked about some shared rituals you guys have, which that is like one of the funnest things about riding is like what you do before and what you do after.
Totally agree.
So that's super fun. Okay. Especially with social media these days, there's a lot of young girls, I think, snowboarding, one, and two, just on social media watching, which is also another inspirational thing for this is like if there are any young girls watching, my heart just like wants to give good examples of like good people and good friendship. So if because I wish I had that when I was younger, and unfortunately that just like wasn't a thing for me growing up, getting to see that, and especially in like extreme sports, but now it is, so here we are. What do you guys hope younger girls feel when they see how you guys ride together, interact with each other, or even learn from listening to this podcast?
Well, I kind of had a response written out for this one, if you don't mind me reading it.
Yeah, read it.
I just said, well, this has been both of us. I hope that younger girls see that it's so powerful and fun to have a friend who's not only your biggest cheerleader, but pushes you to be better, holds space when you're struggling, and celebrates each of your wins like it's their own. I want them to see that there's strength and support, not just completion, and it's the people who get you back up, who hype your runs and remind you that you belong out there. That's what matters the most.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so important, like celebrating each other's wins, even when you're down and you don't have anything to like celebrate for yourself. But like a win for you is a win for me. And that is the biggest joy in life, I feel like, is reaching that level of selflessness to be like, okay, maybe I'm having a bad day, but I just saw you like go through this, and now you're experiencing like the highest of the highs, and like I get to live that through you. How exciting is that?
1,000,000%.
Exactly. I kind of think of it as it's not even experiencing someone else's wins as my own, but it's our win. And I truly feel that way whenever Aubrey does something that she's been working on and we've been experiencing together. I've been giving her tips. I've been clipping. I've been there for the whole thing. And then she finally gets a trick. It feels just as good, or honestly better sometimes, than when I finally achieve something like that. And yeah, I feel like the journey to get there is just as or more fun and important than actually winning and achieving those things. And yeah,
I agree. It's all about who you surround yourself around, and if you have someone that's there and happy to pick you up whenever you're down and give you the best advice possible, that's what I want the younger girls to see. It's like, that's cool, that's awesome. You want to have that person that's like hyping you up, and you also want to be that person. That you should want to be that person that wants to hype someone else up too. It's awesome to learn a new trick, and it's so fulfilling to learn a new trick on your own, but being able to support someone else too is even better. Like, it's a huge celebration.
Yeah, and I've also been like in places on and off the mountain where I feel isolated and I don't necessarily have like the friendship that we have, and it feels lonely and it feels isolating. And advice I would give for that is just keep doing you, keep putting yourself out there. At the end of the day, like, you have to be your biggest fan and your biggest supporters. So just live with that and be confident and happy with yourself. And those friendships and those support systems will just naturally come, especially if you keep putting yourself out there. And like, yeah, I've definitely been in places where it's me, myself, and I. And then it was me and Aubri against the world. And now we have this huge community. So my advice for that would just be, keep putting yourself out there, keep introducing yourself to people and putting your best foot forward, and you will build those connections.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would you guys say are your biggest tips for maintaining a long-lasting, true friendship?
I want to start off with being honest. I feel like being honest with each other is huge. In good times, bad times, doesn't matter. I feel like if you're able to give your friend your honest opinion, and they're able to take it in and really kind of consider their own actions and like maybe what they're going through. I don't know how to word this, but yeah, just being honest with the other person and not taking offense whenever they also have to tell you something honest. Like sometimes it's crappy to hear something you don't want to hear, but at the same time you got to know and understand that your friend is coming from a good place and they're only there telling you this because they love you and they're just trying to uplift you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing for me, this is like less deep, but because that's like my number one thing I feel like is honesty. But one thing that's like super important, at least for me, is being able to laugh with each other. That is like a non-negotiable for me. Like, and that makes things less serious. It makes things less intimidating. It makes things way more fun. But yeah, just being able to be lighthearted and laugh in any situation, whether it's a positive situation, scary situation, annoying, hard, anything.
Yeah.
If you can laugh about it with a good friend, that's true friendship, I feel like, is being able to laugh with each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Laughter is definitely like such a bonding thing and like the biggest medicine. Absolutely. The best medicine. I feel like I think of my best friend. There was like this time we were bored. It was like during COVID. We had been like quarantining together like pretty much the whole time. And we just like wanted to get out in nature. And luckily there's like this park down the road from our house. And it has this dock, and we just like feed off of each other's like silliness and like dorkiness. And she like puts on this like red, white, and blue bathing suit, and she gets like her roller skates on that she's had since she was like in elementary school, and we like go out to this dock and we like film this edit of her just doing like jumping into the water with her roller skates on and this bathing suit on, and then we like go to this rope swing, and there's this iconic video of her just like flying through the air with this like bathing suit and roller skates on. And like in the video I'm like, it was that laughter, it was painful, but it was the best thing ever. And I literally on video like peed myself because I was like laughing so hard. And just to like have that with somebody is so important. Absolutely. As well as like the deep stuff like honesty and that trust. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you have the best laughs with your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so good.
If it hurts, if you're crying, if you're peeing, that is the best feeling in the world.
It is the best feeling. You cannot top it. You can't.
And then you think about it like 10 minutes later, start laughing again.
Oh, yeah. That video is like from years ago, and like it'll pop up on my like Google phone from like phones ago. And it just like kills me every time I watch it. I'm like, it's like I'm reliving it again and again.
Such a good memory. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find that video for us. I need to see this.
Seriously, I can see it in my mind.
It's so good. Next year when it pops up, I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, more serious one I just thought of is like kind of going hand in hand with honesty, but like being vulnerable. Like being able to admit when you're feeling down, being able to admit when you're struggling with something, scared about something, and then vice versa, being there for somebody when they're vulnerable is huge, because I don't know, like you can laugh with somebody all day and night, you can ride with somebody all day and night, but at the end of the day, like, true friendship comes with going through the best times and the worst times with each other and supporting each other through all of that. And so I feel like a huge thing with true friendship is being able to admit to yourself that, you know, like, I might be badass, I might be independent, I may be strong, but I need somebody right now. And knowing that the person you're reaching out to will be there for you.
Yeah.
And pick you up.
Yeah, I think going along with that too, something that like I'm learning as well is like it's a risk to be vulnerable, and you know, the people that you may be vulnerable with or reach out to may not like give you what you need, and that's okay, but like focus on the ones that are. And you know, it's such an ego thing. Like, oh, I want to be friends with this person. I want to be cool, like super close with this person because they seem so cool. But at the end of the day, like, it is about those friends that like show up for you and like aren't just there for you on the good days. It's the ones that like sacrifice and show up like when, yeah, they have better things to do, but they know you're going through something, so they're going to show up for you. And that's so important. And yeah, there's a balance to that as well as there is to everything. But yeah, I feel like that's something like growing up, I was like always, you know, maybe told, but I didn't understand until like I had gone through it. And now I'm like so secure in the fact of like, hell yeah, like why would I want to be friends with somebody that's like not gonna show up for me, you know, how I want to show up for them. Like, of course I'm gonna run to the people that are safe and good people.
And sometimes, unfortunately, you do take your mind to the wrong person, but once you do find that person, you'll understand their relationship and their and what they're trying to do for you too, like on a good perspective anyways. Like, they're trying to help you. They're gonna you'll know the difference between someone that's just kind of like there for you and also that someone that's like actually here, like there for you, you know.
Yeah, I totally get the ego thing, and you know, I just met this person, or I'm still getting to build my relationship with this person. I don't know if I want to burden them with this, or I don't know if I want to look like a wuss if I like bring this to them. But I've had situations where somebody that I may feel like acquaintances with or surface level with, and I'm really excited to get to know them, but you know, we're not super close yet, and they bring something to me and it like melts my heart. I'm like, okay, we like that. Yeah. You know, like it's just being on the other side, it almost, I don't want to say like honor, but like it really feels special to have somebody reach out to you and trust you with things.
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a bonding thing.
Friendships aren't always necessarily great and rainbows and unicorns, but knowing that you have that person whenever there's a storm coming in and you're going through stuff it's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah. So wholesome. Look at us being wholesome. What have you guys taught each other about risk on the mountain or off of it?
I kind of feel like we kind of touched on this a little bit with the vulnerability part.
Yeah.
I truly feel like on the mountain, obviously, you're taking risks with trying new tricks or something simple, doing maybe trying skiing instead of snowboarding. Like, there's always like these crazy like vulnerability spots in snowboarding, but also off of the mountain, like we were saying, like just opening up and being something, maybe having to say something that you never wanted to say to someone, or just opening wounds, or I don't know, just different vulnerability spots in life in general, like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like us taking this risk and moving out from Colorado, New Mexico to Oregon, it was a huge risk for both of us. It was super exciting, but at the same time scary. And having that friendship and that connection and doing it together was huge. And whether it was anxiety about meeting new people or being in a new place or landing a new job, we know we had each other to lean on, and we both kind of had the attitude for ourselves and for each other that like, we're going to make this work. This is going to be amazing. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And so to kind of have that person with the same energy as you do, we're so lucky that we experienced the same thing together. But just in general, having that friend or friends to lean on and to know that like they know your intentions, they know your goals, your motivations, and they're there to support you all the way.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, we've made it thus far on our 4th try. Guys, we made it. We made it. We could go home. What do you guys give us some ideas of what you're doing this summer that's not snowboarding? Even though you guys could technically snowboarding, because Flex, we live on Mount Hood and we can't do the summer. But a lot of us can't. So give us some inspo on some fun things to do.
I just feel like my thing is, especially in Oregon, where it's cloudy and rainy a lot of the year, is just getting vitamin D wherever I can, whether that means literally just laying out by the pool, in the park, you know, going and getting something to eat and eating outside, or just, yeah, like we're blessed to live in such a beautiful state where there's so much to offer in the summer and winter. Visiting places you haven't visited before, the coast, a new hike that you haven't been on, trying a summer activity that you've never done before. But in general, I feel like we're lucky that in the winter we have snowboarding, and in the summer we have all the sun and nature and beautiful things in the world. So just getting outside, whatever that means. It can be free, it can cost a little bit, it could be right outside, it could be a drive away, whatever it is, but just getting outside.
Yeah, I agree. Just love some nice sun-soaked days. You're just laying out there getting baked. Too sweaty to handle yourself.
Yeah.
I also love to do some sewing. That's what I've kind of been dabbling with a little bit now. Love to paint. I love to draw. Journaling. I find myself journaling a lot more during the summer if I don't have snowboarding as much. What else is there? And like we said, we're so lucky with our location. I mean, that's kind of like why we wanted to move here, because we got the forest, we got the ocean, we got the water. Just getting outside, yeah. But whenever it comes to like baby inside stuff, I would just get creative with it, get artsy with it.
Yeah, true. And Aubrey's starting a business this summer.
Slowly.
Yeah. Trying to convince her to make Hood Girls pants. But she has another business endeavor she's going to go on first.
It'll make a full circle, I know it will.
Yeah. Cool. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to add or talk about?
Overall, thank you, Ari. This has seriously been so cool. Always had some trial and errors, but I'm glad it was with us. I feel honored.
Yes, I thank God it was with you guys, honestly. I would have felt so bad. Oh, heck. Thank you guys for coming on and doing this. Like, I know it can be like nerve-wracking to kind of like talk, even though who knows how many people will watch this, but like it's still cool. Nerve-wracking kind of like talking about big things and like, you know, preparing about it and going into it with like an intention to like have it be recorded and all of that. So I appreciate you guys like being honest and vulnerable with whoever watches this, and I just know like someone's gonna listen. You know, maybe like a young girl out there, like someone older, whatever it might be, maybe even a guy will like be affected. Yeah, so I'm super stoked.
And I just want to say, Mount Hood Girls, amazing place to come and snowboard, ski. Community here is phenomenal. You get on the mountain and it doesn't matter what level you're at. Once you got on the chairlift with some random person, like you're able to have a convo, say what's up, how's their day doing. it's awesome. This is a great community to learn or even progress.
We all fam in the club. Cool. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. But yeah, reminder to tell your friends that you love them. And if you don't have any friends, or if you're looking for friends, reach out to us. We can help you like connect with people, or even like come hang out with us. Like, you deserve to have just as good of a friendship with somebody that these two have. So yeah. Okay. Peace.